Hey there, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Philosophies for Life, the podcast where we dive deep into ancient wisdom and modern insights to help you live a more fulfilling, meaningful life. I'm your host, and I'm thrilled to be with you today as we explore a timeless story, a tale of a great emperor, a mysterious ring, and a profound message that has the power to transform how we see every moment of our lives. This story, rooted in ancient wisdom, speaks to the heart of human experience, the fleeting nature of joy and sorrow. So grab a cozy spot, maybe a cup of tea, and let's journey together into a narrative that reminds us of one of life's greatest truths. Now let me set the stage for today's episode. We're talking about an emperor who, in his quest for wisdom, sought a single powerful phrase, a mantra, if you will, that could guide him through every situation life could throw at him. He didn't want lengthy scriptures or heavy tomes. He wanted something short, something potent, something that could fit into a single sentence yet hold the weight of the universe. Whether he faced victory or defeat, happiness or despair, life or death, he wanted a truth that would stand by him. His wise ministers searched far and wide, combed through ancient texts, and debated endlessly, but they couldn't find the answer. That is, until they heard of a mystic, an enlightened sage, living on the outskirts of a nearby village. And this is where our story truly begins. Let me share with you the pivotal moment of this tale. The sage, with a serene smile, handed the emperor a ring, a simple piece of jewelry with a shining stone. Hidden beneath that stone was a tiny piece of paper with a secret message, a mantra passed down from the sage's own guru. But there was a condition. The emperor could only read it in his darkest hour, when all hope seemed lost, when every door was shut and every path blocked. The sage warned, "If you open it casually, its meaning will be lost. Wait for the moment of true despair." The emperor agreed, slipped the ring on his finger, and life went on. Years passed. Temptation crept in. Should he peek at the message? But he remembered the sage's words and held back. Then, disaster struck. A brutal war left him defeated, his kingdom seized, his family and friends scattered. He fled on horseback, pursued by enemies, until he reached a dead end, a deep, treacherous ravine. Behind him, the sound of hooves grew louder. Death seemed certain. In that moment of utter hopelessness, he remembered the ring. He lifted the stone, unfolded the paper, and read the words, "This too shall pass." Let that sink in for a moment. This too shall pass. 4 simple words, yet they carry the weight of 1,000 teachings. The emperor, trembling with fear just moments before, felt a wave of calm wash over him. If his glory had passed, so too would this pain. If happiness was fleeting, so was despair. He sat down, right there by the ravine, no longer afraid, no longer running, just at peace. And guess what? The enemy soldiers, unable to find him in the dense forest, eventually turned back. He survived. But the story doesn't end there. Later, he rallied his remaining allies, fought back, and reclaimed his throne. As he sat victorious, pride swelling in his chest, he glanced at the ring again. He read the message once more, "This too shall pass." The arrogance melted away. The joy of victory, like the pain of defeat, was temporary. He smiled, humbled, and found peace again. Let's reflect on this for a moment, friends. "This too shall pass" is more than a phrase. It's a profound philosophical truth that echoes across traditions. In Buddhism, we find the concept of impermanence, anicca, reminding us that nothing lasts forever. In Stoicism, thinkers like Marcus Aurelius urged us to see life's ups and downs as fleeting shadows, not to be clung to or feared. Even in the Bible, we're reminded that seasons change, that there's a time for everything under the sun. This story of the Emperor's Ring encapsulates that universal wisdom. Everything, every high, every low, is temporary. Now, let's dig deeper into what this means for us on a spiritual level. When we truly internalize "this too shall pass," we start to loosen our grip on the things we think define us: our successes, our failures, our possessions, even our pain. We begin to see life as a river, constantly flowing, never static. This can be incredibly liberating. Imagine not being crushed by sorrow because you know it won't last, or not being inflated by success because you understand it's just a passing phase. Spiritually, this brings us closer to equanimity, a state of balance where we're not tossed around by life's waves. But this isn't just about spirituality. It touches every aspect of our lives. In relationships, it reminds us to cherish the good moments because they won't last forever, and to endure the tough ones with patience, knowing they too will fade. In finances, it teaches us not to despair over losses or get reckless with gains. Both are temporary. Mentally and emotionally, it's a lifeline. When anxiety or depression hits, whispering "this too shall pass" can be a quiet anchor, a reminder that the storm will clear. So, how do we apply this in our daily lives? Let me share a few practical takeaways. First, when you're in a tough spot, maybe a job loss, a breakup, or just a really bad day, pause, take a deep breath, and remind yourself, "this too shall pass." Write it down if you need to, stick it on your mirror, make it your phone wallpaper. Let it be your mantra. It won't erase the pain, but it'll shift your perspective, giving you the strength to endure. Second, when things are going great, don't let it go to your head. Celebrate, yes, but stay grounded. Look at your wins and whisper, "this too shall pass." It's not about being pessimistic. It's about staying humble, knowing that life is a cycle. This practice can keep you from making rash decisions in moments of overconfidence. Lastly, cultivate a habit of mindfulness. Whether through meditation, journaling, or just quiet reflection, train yourself to observe your emotions without getting swept away. See them as clouds passing in the sky, temporary, not permanent. This builds resilience, helping you navigate life's highs and lows with grace. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with this thought. Life is a series of moments, each one fleeting, each one passing. The Emperor's story teaches us that clinging to joy or despair only causes suffering. Instead, let's embrace the flow. Whether you're on top of the world or in the depths of struggle, remember those four powerful words, "this too shall pass." Let them be your guide, your comfort, your reminder to live fully in the present without being trapped by it. So, my friends, take a moment today to reflect. What are you holding on to too tightly? What pain or pride can you release with the understanding that it won't last? Carry this wisdom with you and let it lighten your load. Thank you for joining me on Philosophies for Life. Until next time, keep seeking, keep growing, and remember, everything passes, but your inner peace can remain. See you soon.